Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 4070 Ti 12GB GPU in Minecraft Java Edition with a lot of shaders at two different resolutions, 4K and 8K. I installed Iris and Sodium right here, as you can see, so the game runs a little bit better and we have the opportunity of testing the shaders. And this time around, I also installed this map right here, which is a little bit more intensive than what we're used to, especially on the CPU side of things, but it doesn't really matter because we're here to test GPU, and at 4K and 8K it should be mostly GPU bound when using shaders. Now, speaking of the CPU, we're pairing it with the i5-13600K at 5.6 GHz, so single core performance is very fast, and that's important for Minecraft. And over on the memory tab, we're using 32 GB of DDR5, 6000 MHz in dual channel. Finally, you can see all of the GPU specs right here in Tech Power Up's GPU-Z. Resizable bar is also enabled, and let's get right into the game now, shall we? So apparently this game may contain nuts. I'm not really too comfortable about that, but let's proceed and go through the settings. I'm gonna press Shift P to bring up this menu right here. It shows everything a little bit more neatly, in my opinion. We're playing at 4K resolution to start this off, using these settings. These are like high settings, basically, I would say, and no shaders at the moment. These are a lot of shaders that we have here to test. So let's get to it right now and get into the city of future. Oh my god, that is a lot of FPS, Jesus! Okay, so I actually was thinking that we'd get way lower FPS here, but apparently we're getting like, what, 100 or 200 less than the vanilla game, like with the vanilla map, you know? So this is pretty good. So we're starting in a bit of a spaceship right here, guys, and I broke some of the glass here so we can take a look at everything down there. Of course, we're using the 12 chunks right here, and that's because this is more of a CPU-bound setting. If I increase it to 32 chunks, for example, we can see a lot further into the distance. But that GPU usage goes down like crazy, and we end up getting really low FPS with a bit of stuttering as well. But look at this, it looks insane, doesn't it? So I think like 12 chunks, or maybe like the 16 chunks are a little bit more adequate, right? We're gonna use 16 this time around. Anyways, let's explore this world a little bit at 4K, shall we? As you can see, this is the huge spaceship that we were into. It has some really nice glass right here, purplish. Okay, a lot of beds, holy crap, but it looks absolutely insane, and I think with the shader packs, it will look crazy, especially the ray traced ones, like all of this lighting, you know. Again, even though we're getting really high FPS, we're still super CPU bound, guys, and that's gonna be the case every single time with these higher end GPUs, if you don't utilize any shaders that can push a little bit more out of the card. But yeah, over here in a jungle-ish area, foresty area, it's getting pretty much the same FPS, right? It doesn't really change by all that much. GPU usage might be slightly higher here because of the vegetation, but overall, it's gonna run at like 360 FPS plus all of the time. So if you have a 360 Hz monitor at 4K, which I don't think exists, you can run it. Now, let's make things more interesting. We're playing with the Beyond Belief Legacy shaders, and holy crap, that makes a huge difference. Damn, dude, we're not even seeing like lights or anything. It's already looking so pretty. Oh wow, and now finally that GPU usage is completely maxed out at 99%. That's what we like to see. Jeez, dude, this is crazy, so good looking. Now, these shaders have a little bit of an issue when it comes to clouds sometimes, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't bother me too much, at least. And I think I don't really like the bloom too much, especially on white surfaces. It's a little bit exaggerated, but you can probably tone it down a little bit in the settings. Look at lens flares as well, super exaggerated, but I do like them. I just wish it was a little bit less green, you know? Now, BSL shaders are up next. These are way less intensive. As you can see, we're back into high refresh rate territory. They still look insane. I think the lighting actually probably looks a little bit better, right? Yeah, look at that. reflecting off of the walls right there. A little bit of shadowing because here we don't have any light blocks. This is great looking. Holy crap. The water still looks amazing, obviously. That's one of the best things about shaders. GPU usage is fluctuating a little bit now, by the way, even at 4K, because of this huge world with the shaders, obviously. And these stutters that we're seeing right here, they're completely normal, unfortunately. This game will always stutter whenever it's rendering in new chunks. After we have played around the entire map for a little bit, it will smooth out, but in survival mode, for example, you're always rendering in new chunks and stuff, and it's gonna stutter no matter what. So that's the thing with Minecraft Java Edition. It's not well optimized whatsoever. What is this doing here? And you just gotta live with it, basically. And just wanted to take a look at this forest area here around. It's getting really high FPS still. What the hell is this, dude? That is crazy. You know what? Let's just break a few glass parts over here and take a look. Holy Jesus. This is so huge. CS7. Interesting. Well, I'll leave a link down below, by the way, if you want to download this map. Oh my, look at this tunnel right here. Light speed, my friends. Oh boy. Okay, so this is where we enter this entire structure from. Jeez, look at this. The lights look so great. Anyway, Chocapic V6 shaders or V9 shaders. Wow, what the hell is this? This has so many things for us to see. There's a hotel. Can we actually enter the hotel? Oh my god, it has rooms. Are you serious? So much attention to the details as well from the guy that made this map. Dude, I wonder how long it took to do all of this. Jeez, look at the lighting over here. With Chocapic shaders, it looks great as well. Maybe I should like try out new maps every time I make a Minecraft video. You can't really compare performance between GPUs this way, but at least it makes things a lot more interesting. Let's try the top room actually. Oh, we can see the sunset. Yes, we can see the sunset from here. Wait a second. Oh, there's a freaking spaceship there, over there. That's really interesting. Wait. I want to see this with 32 chunks. Look at that. Oh my god, there's another huge spaceship right there. Oh my gosh, this is so big. That's what she said. Yeah, what the hell? This is insane, dude. I thought it was only like this part of it. That was the city, you know, which is already pretty huge, but it has more over there. During nighttime, you can see a lot of lights, which is very, very pretty indeed. I kind of want to check out other shaders that will emphasize that lighting a little bit more. Complementary Reimagined are the next ones. I don't really like the water here with Complementary Reimagined shaders, but look at the lighting, dude. That is so great, man. Holy crap. And these are really intensive as well, but we're using 32 chunks. Don't forget that. Let's set it back to 16 chunks, which is more reasonable and probably what you would utilize, I think. And I'm also going to change the water style to... what is it? Fantasy, I think it's the best looking one. Yes, definitely. So that looks way better, right? No more default water textures. We still got a lot of light reflecting off of the surface of the water here. It looks so good. Obviously, it's not ray traced though, so you can see that everything disappears once things are off screen. Okay, so what else should we do? Let's see the museum. Oh, yes. Also, as you can see, it has no problem running reimagined shaders at 4K. It's around like 100 frames per second here. So let's test out the complementary shaders, not reimagined ones. These look a little bit better to me, honestly. I like the lighting a little bit better in these. It's warmer, you know, it's more cozy, you could say. And performance-wise, it's also slightly less intensive than the reimagined were. What is this? What? Teleporter to spawn point? No! Oh! This is not a spawn point. Future city map created by zWORMz. Okay, so shout out to zWORMz. Anyways, oh boy, this area is looking even better during the night. Look at this. So many lights, dude. And look at the reflections over there. They look really awesome as well. Okay, let's see the trees over here. These are usually pretty intensive and it's not dropping too much. I guess the water is maybe slightly more intensive than trees with complementary shaders. Can we also enter all of these buildings? Like, I'm just really curious right now. What the hell? Everything is so detailed. I mean, we're seeing probably a more impressive... What is that pig doing over there? Like in the middle of the thing. Okay, that's really weird. It was just randomly generated as well. But yeah, there are some maps in AAA games that don't have this much depth to them, you know. But imagine something like cyberpunk graphics, you know, and the story mode and stuff like that with this map. That would be sick, wouldn't it? Anyway, Continuum shaders are next. I don't like the lighting too much on these. Look at this. It's still kind of interesting. I thought it was going to be a little bit less impressive, honestly. It's definitely a way different look from what we've seen so far, and I wonder how it looks during the day. So let's see that. Time set day. There we go. Okay, so the lights are basically turned off during the day, and oh, the only light sources were probably these torches here. That's why it looked so warm and so orange, basically. Look at that, 120s though, still no problems whatsoever, even with Continuum shaders, which are usually really intensive. And you know what? The darker look of Continuum shaders in this particular map actually looks pretty impressive. However, we don't see any light emissions from these blocks right here, and overall it won't really look as good because not all of the things that should light up do light up here with Continuum shaders. Even the lava doesn't light up, which is super weird. Oh, I wonder if with other shaders this whole thing lights up. Nostalgia shaders, I think these are very vibrant. And these things might light up a little bit. They do slightly. Okay. So this was just to take a look at this. We're going to test Nostalgia shaders again in a little bit. We're going to go through these first. But now, Insanity shaders. These are really interesting, aren't they? They're super gray. It completely changes the look of the game. They're a little bit less intensive than some of them, but kind of average in intensity, I would say. You get 110 frames per second with a 4070 Ti here. But, you know, these are not for most people, probably. It's just if you want a bit more of a nightmarish look for Minecraft. You know, you want to be a little bit more scared maybe when the zombies come around and stuff like that. That will be possible. I could see myself scared with this one. Look at the dynamic lighting though. It impresses me so much here in Minecraft. We also have all of the light sources show up right here and light up, which is nice, obviously. And yeah, it kind of has a Silent Hill vibe to it, right? And obviously during the night it's even scarier because you got the added fog, the added darkness. It's just a very different look, and I thought I'd add it here. You know what? Let's make a little bit of a comparison visually here with these shaders compared to the ones that I'm about to use. What the hell is that, by the way? Interesting. These are the Insanity shaders. It's actually CPU bound at the moment. Now it isn't anymore. It was just loading some chunks probably. Kappa shaders. Ooh, these are the ones that are really, really vibrant actually. I love the Kappa shaders, guys. Look at that difference. Jesus. Wow, that is sick. Oh my gosh, the Kappa shaders are so pretty, guys. Thank you for recommending it to me, by the way, because I only knew about these shaders because a lot of people talked about them in the comments. Oh, it started to rain as well. That's nice. That's a lot of raindrops, actually. I mean, just for me to build something like this, it would take me forever. Just something like this spaceship, not the entire map. It must have taken like years. Oh yeah, something that I noticed is that the surfaces actually get wet whenever it rains, and after it stops raining, they stay wet for a little while, which is very good. It happens with some shaders, not all of them, but here with the Kappa shaders, it's just absolutely gorgeous. These are also the most intensive ones so far. It's dropping us into the 70s. But if it isn't dropping into the 60s in this map, I think with the vanilla map, dropping into the 50s now. Oh boy, okay, it's getting more intensive right here. But it shouldn't really drop from 60 with the vanilla map, as I was saying. Unless it drops right here in the forest areas. Yes, it does. Interesting. But I just can't deny these shaders are probably one of the prettiest ones that we have here in this collection. And I totally recommend them to you. Of course, at 1440p, which is, again, the adequate resolution for 4070 Ti in most games, especially new AAA titles, it won't have a problem running Kappa shaders always above 60 FPS. It only dropped like slightly anyways into the lower 50s at times, so no problems whatsoever. Kappa shaders work very well. Now, oh boy, the makeup ultrafast shaders, these are targeting like higher FPS, I would say. They still look really nice for what they are, way less intensive than Kappa shaders for sure, but almost as intensive as like BSL and stuff like that. So, and I think BSL looked a little bit better. Still, the looks are different, and I'm here to show them to you. Why is this all blinking a little bit? That is interesting. So, details everywhere. So many buildings. I'm overwhelmed right now. Damn. Can we fit there, by the way? Oh, some depth of field effects. Really strong ones. Actually, you might want to disable it if you don't like it. Also, I find it interesting that there is nobody roaming around this city. Maybe all of the people of this city are inside of here? This, like, this bunker-looking thing? I don't know, maybe they turned into fish. Oh my god, there are underwater tunnels in this! Are you serious? What the hell? This is even more impressive than I thought then. They didn't even need to build the pillars, you know, like... Buildings literally float in Minecraft, but they still did that. Damn. Anyway, I'm gonna stop it there. It's not raining anymore, is it? This is snowflakes. Ah, much better, right? So this is what it's supposed to look like during the day. Back to the nostalgia shaders. These are a little bit softer now that I see them, like, compared to the previous ones. At the distance, it looks like it is using some TAA, and it's really blurry, actually. Interesting. But I am using a big 42-inch monitor, so if you have a smaller 32-inch 4K panel, it will look pretty good. But it will look the same, like in terms of PPI, as my monitor on a 27-inch 1440p monitor, so keep that in mind. Oh my gosh, are you serious? There is a huge skeleton, dinosaur skeleton here. 2. What the hell? This is so nice, dude. Oh, what the hell, mate? Oh, that's the museum. Oh, we've been here before, but I only looked at this for some reason. I didn't even notice the huge skeleton. I kind of want to get out of here, so I'm just gonna make a little hole, as I usually do. What can I say? I like little holes. Alright, and looking at things from above, we get really, really nice frames per second with very poppy colors as well. Future City! Of course, I'm thinking about holes still. Let's stop it there for the nostalgia shaders. And let's try the Oceano shaders. These ones are super vibrant, as you can see. They could do with a little bit more lighting or maybe some bloom effects. I don't know. I usually don't like bloom, but I think it would work quite well here. With these, the water and the trees are the most impressive things, I would say, because it's so freaking vibrant. Look at that. It looks like radioactive water or something. And the trees look like they come out of Chernobyl or something like that. It's very interesting, though. Look at that. Super, super blue. I like blue, so this works for me, actually. And before I installed them on the actual pictures of the shaders, I wasn't really too sure I'd like them, because I think they lack a little bit of contrast as well. What the hell is happening here? Oh boy, it's the shadows. This is a very dense part of the forest, and it completely darkens up. That's very interesting. Look at how impressive this looks. And this is still getting us like 100 frames per second, even inside of there, with a lot of vegetation. Right, that's the Oceano shaders. Really, really cool ones. Now we're going to the potato shaders. These, well, they are just potato shaders. They're meant to get you the most FPS, and we're hitting 200s right now, which is very good. But of course, they don't look as impressive as some of the shaders that we've tested so far. Still, they kind of look great for what they are. They have a lot more light sources than like Continuum shaders, for example. And I gotta mention that the Continuum shaders that I'm using right here are like an older version of them. The latest ones are paid. They actually gave them to me, but you need Optifine to run them. And I'm not gonna install Optifine just to run a single shader. Now, the bad thing about the potato shaders is the water. I think maybe because potatoes don't like water because of boiling potatoes and stuff like that, so they made the water look terrible, so you don't go into it and you don't want to play around with it and maybe cook some potatoes on it. That's just my take on it. You can't really change the water in these shaders as well. It always looks like that. Anyway, yeah, 200s, and during the night, they still look pretty good, you know, potato shaders. Project Luma are also very pretty. They don't have any anti-aliasing, so they're the sharpest of the bunch. They have a lot of light sources still, obviously. Sunset looks great, but the great thing about these shaders, holy crap, look at that sun over there, is definitely the water, guys. We got a little bit of it right there. Oh my god, it just makes you want to go there in real life and take a bath over here and just be happy that you have a huge city like this, you know. It doesn't have any restaurants or anything, I think, but still, I would be very happy with something like that. I would just sell it and buy more graphics cards. Oh yes, infinite graphics cards for everybody. I would give it all to you guys. This is a church or anything. Like, yeah. It really looks like a church to me. And you get out of the church and you are in water. Oh, and there's some magic going on as well over here. It's like Moses, right? Now, SEUS PTGI HRR. These are path traced shaders. They're super demanding. And we're going to see some really low FPS probably right now. Yep, 30s right here. Okay, it's not great. They look insane still, super vibrant as well. And now the reflections are actually all ray traced or path traced. You can see the reflections there of the trees on the water, the bridge and stuff. Everything is still reflected. Now, would I play like this? Probably not. It's 30 FPS. It's still pretty impressive that it can achieve 30 plus most of the time. I think it will still drop every now and again because it's really close to 30 FPS right now. But yeah, you got the option of using other shaders with much higher FPS. Even at 1440p, you can't really get 60 plus all of the time using these. They are just that intensive, okay? Also, the lighting isn't as impressive as other shaders. Look at this. These are path traced, but that doesn't mean that they look the most impressive over here, okay? They look way better than vanilla, obviously, but still. We've seen way better looking things here today. Next is the Sildurs Vibrant Shaders V1.5 Extreme Volumetric Lighting. And wow. If you're looking for that warmer look, again, like these will deliver that with very warm colors. It's super cozy like this, guys. And they still get really nice FPS. They're not the most intensive shaders. They look amazing. And during the day, they have the best lens flares. Here we go. During the day, look at that. I really like the purple hue that they add. We got a lot of color. I like this look to Minecraft right here. It's not as white, you know, it's kind of like orangey look or yellowish look, as well as purple at the same time. But it makes things feel a lot more cozy, in my opinion. Water also looks amazing here in the Sildurs Vibrant Shaders. Not as good as some other shaders that we tested, but still very impressive, and it makes you want to drink it all. That's it for the Sildurs Vibrant Shaders, and now we got Voyager Shaders. These are super intensive as well. I just found these out, by the way. Not the greatest looking either. They might be using some RT. I'm not sure though. Let me check it out. No, they're not. They're just that intensive. They have a lot of bloom as well. Way more white than yellowish from the Sildurs shaders, you know, and purplish. Yeah, the bloom is probably too much. It's probably too white, actually. Again, not my favorites out of the bunch, and they lack some lighting as well. During the day, at least. Let's see, during the night. Kind of looking like Sildurs now. Or Continuum. Yeah, definitely closer to Continuum with all of the yellow lights. Oh boy, it's too exaggerated, I think. But it looks decent enough. But yeah, the FPS hit is just a little bit too much, I think. And finally, we're playing at 7680 by 4320 8K resolution using the same settings and no shaders at the moment. And without any shaders, I mean, the vanilla game still looks decent even at night. I thought it would look much worse than this. Of course, it lacks a lot of color here. But I mean, we've seen some shaders that look a little bit worse than this, which is very interesting. Yeah, it still looks pretty good to me, and now we're much less CPU bound with the normal settings without any shaders, but the GPU utilization is still fluctuating a little bit right there, so it's not completely GPU maxed out, but it's pretty close to where I would say we're mostly GPU bound at this point, and the 4070 Ti is capable of getting like 300-ish FPS at these settings. 8K resolution native, guys. Let's see, like BSL shaders. I'm gonna test only like 4 or 5 here at 8K because the 4K was the important part of this video. And BSL shaders, which aren't the most intensive shaders, as you know, are running at around like 50 frames per second during the night, but I think during the day things are a little bit more intensive, so let's go ahead and set the time. And here we go. Indeed, it is a little bit more intensive. Now we're in the 40s. It's looking so awesome, actually. It's pretty much similar to 4K resolution, you know. You can see a little bit more detail, and I'm using a 4K monitor here, but with the Nvidia DSR to run 8K, and it performs exactly the same as native resolution, by the way, and it still does look a little bit better, you know. This is a little pyramid right here. That is interesting as well, with a lot of beds. Those are very weirdly laid out. Like, what the heck? Well, and it goes to the metro as well, maybe? Can we get in? Yes, we can. What? We got an underground garden right here. Whoa, that is sick. And look at all of the light reflections here. That looks really good, dude. This is underwater as well. I can see some water above us. So let's go to complementary shaders. A lot brighter over here, which is interesting. I thought BSL was a bit brighter outside, but this one is definitely brighter when you have light sources. But it is getting less than 60 frames per second. I'm seeing some little bit of water coming through the walls right here. That is interesting. These are probably my favorites still. Like, complementary shaders are always super great to look at. I just thought that other shaders had better lighting, but this one is proving me wrong here. Look at that. It's even super noticeable during the day. I like that. It will probably drop into the 20s at times, but it's still pretty impressive that it can do 30 plus on average here at 8K resolution. Let's do like the Kappa shaders. Yes, I love these, and the nostalgia ones, and the Oceano ones, and the Luma. And these, oh boy, of course, okay. I cannot test only like 5 shaders at 8K. I'm sorry, the video will be way too long probably, but I don't care. I just want to take a look at it. I'm very curious now. Look at that water-looking Kappa shader. This is so gorgeous. I would be very happy with this. Of course, not at 8K or even at 4K because it dropped. No, but at 4K, I would be fine with it, honestly. All right, let's move on to the nostalgia shaders over here. These were a bit soft at 4K, but at 8K, they're super damn sharp. Okay, that's to be expected. Obviously, we have way more pixel density when playing at 8K. at the same size, of course, and 8K is 4 times the resolution of 4K. And yeah, it's performing a little bit better than I expected, these ones. Getting 20 sometimes. Basically, 8K is only good for screenshots. You know, if you want really high detailed screenshots, it's basically gonna be 8 megapixel screenshots here. And you can still walk around, fly around, play just a little bit with 30 FPS and position your screenshots well. And what the heck is this? Have we been here already? I don't think so. What is Uva? Uva? I don't know what that is. Uva is grapes in Portugal, by the way, in Portuguese. I have no idea what this is, but it looks great. Where is this heading? I'm just gonna increase the chunks, guys. Okay. Yeah, it's heading to the city. We can see the entire city over there. Still getting exactly the same FPS. Very interesting because the GPU is rendering more things, definitely, but it's still getting the same FPS because the chunks are way more CPU bound, as I told you. Okay, let's see, like, Project Luma. That should look insane as well. Way brighter sun on Project Luna, by the way. We got a little bit of a rainbowy lens flare right there. Again, water looks insane. Slightly less intensive than the previous ones that we were testing. Damn, bro. I think the sunset over here is gonna look insane, actually. We might want to wait for the sunset. Oh, yes, SEUS PTGI. These are just gonna get wrecked, right? Like, the 470 Ti is gonna get wrecked, not the shaders. Way different, dude. This is so interesting. Like, this wasn't really that blue, was it, previously? Oh my god, I can't move my mouse anymore. Oh, we're VRAM limited, guys. We maxed out the 12 gigabytes of VRAM on the 4070 Ti over here with path traced shaders. And it's still rendering in a lot of the buildings. It's struggling too much. Oh, there are so many buildings over there on the right. I'm not even gonna attempt to move my mouse because it's just gonna die, maybe. And lastly, I'm gonna use these Sildurs vibrant shaders. I'm sorry if I skipped your favorite ones. Oh my god, what a difference! Oh boy! If you like sunset, Sildurs vibrant are probably the best ones for you to choose. Look at that! This is what happiness looks like. A sun going down with this beautiful view and so many colors. Alright. So that's been it for this one. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, even though it is a huge one. But, you know, you guys tell me that you usually do enjoy these Minecraft videos. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one very soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.